Hello students, now we shall be doing fittings lemma. Let V be a finite dimensional vector space over a field F and let T be a linear operator on V. Then the vector space V can be written as a direct sum of V0t and V1t, where each Vit is invariant under T. Further, if Ti is the restriction of T to Vit, where I is 0 to 1, then T0 is a nilpotent operator and T1 is an automorphism. Now to prove this lemma, we observe that we have a descending chain of subspaces of V given by V containing TV, this contains T square V and so on. So now dimension of V is finite. So this series cannot go on decreasing infinitely, and hence there will be a stage when the subspaces are equal. So suppose TRV is equal to TR plus 1V is equal to TR plus 2V and so on. So we say that V1T is TRV. This is the image of V under TR. Now we consider these null spaces. Wi is the null space of Ti, that is Wi contains all those vectors z in V such that Tiz is 0 for I equal to 1, 2 and so on. Then obviously we have W1 is contained in W2 is contained in W3 and so on, because if Tiz is 0 then Ti plus 1 z is also 0. So Wi is contained in Wi plus 1. So this is an increasing sequence of subspaces of V. Now dimension of V is finite. So this sequence cannot go on increasing infinitely, and hence there will be a stage when the subspaces will be equal. So suppose Ws is equal to Ws plus 1 is equal to so on. Then we denote by V0t the space Ws. So V0t is Ws. Then we take T. T is the maximum of R and S. This R and this S. T is the maximum of R and S. Then because T will be greater than or equal to R and S both, so V0t will be Wt and V1t will be T to the power T V. There, that is V0t is null space of T to the power T and V1t is range space of T to the power T. So then because of this and because of this, we have that V0t is Wt, which is equal to Wt plus 1 is equal to so on up to W2t, and V1t is TTV, this is equal to T plus 1V is equal to T to the power 2TV. So if X is an element of V, then TTX is here. So it is also in T to the power 2TV. So we can find an element Y in V such that TTX is equal to T to the power 2TY. So X can be written as X minus TTY plus TTY. Now if we operate TT on X minus TTY, we will get TTX minus T2TY, so which is 0. So that means X minus TTY belongs to V0t, and this TTY, this is of course an element of V1t. So the space V is V0t plus V1t. Now suppose Z is an element which is common to V0t and V1t both. Z belongs to V0t, that means TTZ is 0, and Z belongs to V1t, so Z will be TT of some V in V. Now 0 is equal to TTZ and TTZ will be T2TV. So V, T2TV is 0, that means V belongs to W2t, but W2t is Wt. So V belongs to Wt and hence Tt of V is 0, but Tt of V is Z. So Z is 0. So intersection of V0t and V1t is 0. That means V is a direct sum of V0t and V1t. Now we show that these subspaces are invariant under T. So first we take X in V0t, that means TTX is 0. TTX is 0, so T plus 1 X is also 0. That means TT of TX is 0. So Tx belongs to Wt, which is V0t. So V0t is invariant under T. And if we take T naught, this is the restriction of T to V0t. So because this space is invariant under T, so this T naught will be a linear operator on V0t. And V0t is by definition Z in V such that TTZ is 0. That means T naught to the power T is 0 on V0t. Because for every element in V0t, TTZ is 0. That means T naught TZ is 0. So T naught T is 0. So T naught is a nilpotent operator. Next, we take an element X in V1t. That means X will be TT of some Y in V. So Tx will be Tt plus 1y, which can be written as Tt of Ty. So this belongs to Tt of V, and Tt of V is V1t. So X in V1t, then Tx is also in V1t. So V1t is invariant under T, and hence the restriction operator T1 is restriction of T to V1t. This is a linear operator on V1t. Now you can see here X is equal to Tty, and because TTV is same as TT plus 1V, so this TTY will be TT plus 1 of some Z in V. The reason is that TTV is TT plus 1V. So TTY will be TT plus 1 Z for some Z in V. So what is X? X is now T of TTZ, and TTZ belongs to V1T. So this X is T of some element in V1T, and on V1T we have T1. So this is T1 of V1T. So that means T1 is on to every element X belonging to V1T is T1 of some element of V1T. So T1 is on to. Now dimension of V is finite. So dimension of V1T is also finite, and hence this T1 will be a 1-1 operator. That means it is an automorphism of V1T. So this completes the proof of the fittings lemma. This V0T is called fittings null component. V0T is fittings null component of V corresponding to T, and V1T is fittings one component of V corresponding to T. So fittings null component and fittings one component. So that's all about fittings lemma. I stop here now.